Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. Let's get straight into some content here and begin the episode.
These lands were once so fair.
We ought to discuss what to do, for I cannot let Wildermore fall into the hands of Saruman's servants. The giant Ner'zhul will not be permitted to endure after his crimes, but I fear my judgment is clouded by grief. I fear that for all of us. My sons have lost their brothers, and Cinneberg has lost her father and the man she loved. How can we be rational?
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I demand revenge, father. My brother and nephew were slaughtered by this evil foe. Let us ride out, and we will ride him down. He and his army of orcs. Garfirth is bent on revenge.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I saw this fearsome creature with my own eyes, Reeve Garwig. I watched him squash my father like an ant, and swat Thrym away like a fly. I recommend caution, not rashness, though my heart grieves for those who cannot yet be avenged. I know your pain and grief, dear Reeve. I do. Please heed my advice. Cinneberg recommends caution after seeing what Ner'zhul was capable of.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
You may think me rash, father, but I will not rest until I have slain this giant Ner'zhul. Thrym and my brothers must be avenged. Edsig wishes to avenge his fallen brothers and nephews.
It is a sad thing to watch your lands die.
Cinneberg is right. We must not act until we have thought our plan through. We could strive to understand our enemy, should we not? I vow that I will see the giant dead before long, but now is not the time for such rash acts.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
I am sorry to disobey you, my dear father, but I cannot stand here idly while that monster roams our lands. I am sorry. He's leaving.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I will risk your displeasure, my dear father. For the honor of our kin, I must. Be safe until I return, all of you. He's running off as well.
The White Wizard has taken everything from us.
Cursed foolish boys. Those two never heed me. They have too much feeling and little wisdom. I hope they will not be too rash. Thank you for staying by my side, you and dear Cinneberg.
It's a sad thing to watch your lands die.
You are good to me, Kippen. I might come to rely on you if you continue to be so kind. Perhaps you could help us in our time of need. My sons worry that my judgment is clouded by grief. I worry the same for them. Let us discuss our options, for we must do something. It will not do to sit here and let Wildermore fall to the servants of Saruman.
Garwig, the Reeve of Wildermore, has been summoned by a disturbance at the western gate of Forlaw.
These lands were once so fair.
We have always had to defend our lands from creatures of the wild and from bands of roaming orcs, but things have never been this bad in Wildermore. Wildermore has never faced such danger. I wonder, Ner'zhul killed my father Thrym and your kin. But the orcs do not discriminate. Who's that at the door? Reeve, sir, orcs at the gates. Hey? Attackers at the west gate. Orcs bearing the symbol of the white hand. The snow makes it hard to see, but our archers seem to have the upper hand. The enemy grows ever more daring. Come, let us go assess the situation.
The White Wizard has taken everything from us.
Well, at least we have defeated them, from the looks of it. You there, tell me what happened here. It was a brief attack, Reeve Garwig. No more than these dead orcs you see here. They threw themselves at the gate, and then nothing. It was done. With such a small force, they could have no hope for capturing Forlaw. It was an odd move, even for orcs. Oh no, that chill. It's just like... That's not good. Are you here to murder me too, giant? Why not be done with it? Kill me and leave Wildermore forever. No, Garwig, we will not let him have you. Ah, do not flatter yourselves. If I was here to kill the old man, you could not stop me. I am here to deliver a gift. Here are the last of your sons. Garforth, Eatsig, what have you done to them? That is all for today. Farewell, Reeve of the Wildermore. Quite the cruel beast. Just moments ago, these sons ran off to try and put some justice back into this world, and now they've been delivered dead to their father.
It is a sad thing to watch your lands die.
Garwig is pale and breathless, his eyes wide in his shock at the cruel death of his remaining sons. Why did it not take me instead? What does this creature want with us? How can it be stopped? I cannot believe this. What do we do? Cinnaberg recovers a little when she sees the Reeve lying in the snow. We must get the Reeve indoors at once. He is too frail to be out in the snow.
These lands were once so fair.
Garwig says nothing, his face like stone. Nurzum has truly crushed all of the old Reeve holds dear, and Wildermore seems as if it is ready to shatter at another blow. The White Hand is winning in this land.
It is a sad thing to watch your lands die.
This is a day I hoped I would never see. I am burying so many of my kin today. Edsig, Garforth, Thrym, and Garsig. Thrym wasn't of my blood, but he was closer to me than any of my kin. He was my foster son, and more importantly was beloved by the people of Wildermore. Today we bury the men we lost in Skilfig, and at the gate here in Forlau. I need a moment to myself after everything that has happened, and will come to the graveyard when the gathering begins. Cinnaberg is gracious enough to handle organizing the funeral for me. I believe it is also about to begin. She is being strong for me, but please, give her company today. I had to lend a hand to organize the funeral for Garwig. He has lost so many of his sons and grandsons. It is as if the enemy hunts his family as a cruel act of torture. I lost both my father and my love in Shilfig, but that is nothing compared to what he has lost. It is only right that I help him with the arrangements. I am not sure if I am ready to say goodbye to both my father, Kinnegar, and the man I loved, Thrym. But whether I am ready or not, this is an important day. We can head down to the graveyard whenever you are ready.
The people of Forlaw gather to mourn those lost in the Battle of Shilfig, most notably their champion, Rem Redbeard. And with him they bury any hope of surviving this war.
I think most of the Reeves family has gathered, and we are about to get started. Please walk with me to the others. Even the sky seems to be mourning today. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting. Let us begin. Thank you, Cinnaberg. Your help today is most appreciated. The impact of what occurred in Shilfig and Forlaw will take time to sink in. For us to recover from those we lost will take even longer. I wish I could offer words of inspiration and hope, but I cannot muster such of either these days. There have been too many reasons for us to gather here of late. Today we lay to rest the last of my sons, Edsig, Garforth, Garsig, and Thrym, and my grandsons, kinsmen to Garsig, Grimgar, and Humbald. And finally Cinnaberg's father, my cousin and great friend Cinnagar. Let us begin with the twins. Not much happening here. My sons, the twins, Edsig and Garforth. I'm still in shock that both were taken from me so suddenly. They were both filled with promise and had much to give back to Forlaw. But the enemy stole them from us, from me, before they reached their potential. I will have to try hard to find comfort in the fact that they died guardians of Forlaw. And despite the efforts of the enemy, they have an honorable death. May they rest in peace. Rest in peace. Let us speak of Sinigar. My father, Sinigar, was a great leader for Shilfig. He was a wonderful father and mentor for me and the people. Sinigar gave his life to help save those who could escape. There is no greater honor for a warrior and a leader such as he than to die protecting his home and family. We will miss you, my old friend. May he rest in peace. Rest in peace. Let me pick up the stone here and place it on the mound. Final stone has been placed on Sinigar's grave. Let us speak of my grandsons. Humbald and Grimgar, sons of Garsig and Berghild. They fought alongside their father at Shilfig. They were young but strong and brave, and they died with honor as warriors. They gave their lives to help save those who escaped Shilfig. May they rest in peace. Rest in peace. That lady is very interactive. Let us speak of Garsig. Garsig was my youngest son, and he and I did not always see eye to eye. His heart was always in the right place, and his actions in Shilfig proved that. I forgive him for what happened to Cuthbald, but more importantly, I hope he forgave himself for what happened. I will miss you, my son. May he rest in peace. Rest in peace. Let us finish with Rem. Rem Redbeard, champion of Wildermoor and greatest warrior of this land. He was more than just our champion. He was a symbol of hope and courage. He was and is beloved by the people of Wildermoor. And I hope that to someday make him leader of Wildermoor as my successor. Rem was my nephew, but I saw him as my son, and he looked to me as his father. I cannot be more proud of the man he became, nor more saddened by his passing. May he rest in peace. Rest in peace. It is done. The fact that they are gone seems a little more real now than it did earlier. I need to go home and sit by a warm fire for a while. Let us make our way to Thrym's home in Forlaw.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I'd rather fight 1,000 orcs at once than do something like that again. I still cannot believe he is gone. Is this not just a bad dream?
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Not long ago, Nurzum attacked Forlaw with an army of White Hand orcs. The town was spared, but many good men of Forlaw were lost. The few men here are focused on town security and have not yet been able to clean up and repair the area since. They have only managed to bury our own. Many orc bodies still lie at the snow at the western gate. Please take this torch and burn the orc bodies left at the site of the battle. Their presence defiles the land they lie on. Okay. Lots of other things here. By the way, I think somebody messaged me here. Care to join in RP? Not sure what that is. I think this is a kin thing, and I think RP is some sort of endgame thing that I'm not aware of yet. So, not gonna bother with that for now. I I need to reforge, and let me get these little present things opened. Okay, alright, let's pick up some more quests.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
After the funeral today, most of Garwig's family will have a hard time getting back to the way things were. Though for some, that may take a long time. Please check on the orphans, Ansith and Kuthmar. They are cared for by Ebba and can usually be found in Garfeth's house.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Hirswith was devastated at the funeral earlier, and I imagine she is having a hard time today. Please check on Hirswith, who is now a widow of Edzig.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Ebba cares for the orphans but has no children of her own. Now, with Garfeth's death, she will find it hard not to feel alone. Please check on Ebba.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Berghild was especially hard hit by the recent events. She lost her husband and 2 sons in a matter of days. There is not much one can do for someone in her state, but nevertheless, please see if she needs anything. Okay. So let me rearrange some of my quests here, because I think I knocked out one of them. A time to be alone. Let me get rid of the epic for now. Put that there. He's just outside the town hall. So if I walk by there, I should be fine. Okay, so let me start doing some of these quests here. There's some quest rings here. The feasting hall. Discover the tavern here. So I guess the quest rings are still kind of showing up for that D to discover all the locations. But now I do have some interior quest locations. You know, depending on who I'm checking up on. So I might just kind of start entering all of these. The legendary store. So I've discovered that, so might as well just
welcome, friend.
reforge while I'm here.
Welcome, my friend.
Kinda have to. Anyways. Just randomly selecting things here, because I'm really just interested in the deconstruct rewards and not really any of the actual legendary items there. Okay. So let me go up here. It looks like this is one of the houses I need to go into. Edsig's home. And here in the corner is his widow.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Forlaw has lost too many good men of late. My husband was one of those men. Edsig and his twin brother Garfirth were beloved by this town. They protected Forlaw in the Battle of the Gate, but fell to that seemingly indestructible giant. Please pay respect to my husband. Edsig loved his brother and would do anything for him. It is a fitting tribute since Garfirth was always Edsig's protector. Please take Garfirth's shield and place it on Edsig's grave. Okay, grab that shield there. It's quite a depressing season. Everything's just getting destroyed and everybody's dying. Hopefully we can find a appropriate end to all of this as we continue with the content. But for now, yeah, let me just go straight north. And I think this is where I'm headed.
I am not afraid of you.
Kuthmar and I are behind on our chores with the funeral today, and it is hard to focus on anything with all that has happened. If you have any little time, we could use your help. The snow in Forlaw is worse lately than it has ever been. I brushed it away, but the snow piles built up around most of the town. But I have not been able to get to the western side of Forlaw. Could you please help remove the piles over there?
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
My husband, Garfirth, was a pillar of strength for Forlaw. Much like Thrym, he was a great warrior, but nobody could match Thrym. Garfirth's twin, Edsig, was wise beyond his years and kept him focused on goals of helping people. There was no one Garfirth cared for more than his own twin brother. Could you help me honor Garfirth? He and I would be honored if you placed Edsig's helmet at Garfirth's grave. Some of these names are like little tongue twisters. Alright, where is this helmet? There it is. And let me head out to the western part of town. Lots of snow piles here. Start clearing them up. Let me check out this quest ring. I feel like my loading screens are taking a little longer today.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Are we doomed to wait for our death as Garwig is resigned to do? I don't fault him. He has lost everything he held dear. But today, we put what was left of our town hope in the ground. Is there anyone left who could possibly save us from Nurzum? I lost almost everything in the Battle of Shilfig. My husband Garwig and our 2 sons Humbald and Grimgar. I cannot go back to the graveyard today. Could you pay respect to Garwig and place his sword at his grave? I could do that. Oh, that's cool. There's a mirror there. And it works. I don't think I've ever seen a mirror in LOTRO before. Very cool. Wow. Anyways. Let me continue questing around here. Very good.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Ah, did Unsith send you to help? Thank you for helping us remove these snow piles. They build up fast these days. It seems like the wind blows them right back as I turn around to remove the next. I was also helping her with her chore. But could you now help me with mine? I need to collect a few fence posts to replace the broken ones at the western gate. Could you please grab a few fence posts for me? It's a big post. Need one more. They got blown all over the place.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I am impressed. I did not think this many posts would be laying around town. You collected enough wood that those remaining in Forlaw may be able to start rebuilding soon. I'd help, but they don't let me, yet. This would have taken me all day, but with the funeral and all, it's not a bad day to have some fun instead. I cannot let myself be gloomy like all the adults seem to be today. Thank you for your help. Okay, so done with that. Next, I think there should be some orc bodies around here somewhere. More out here on the periphery. These corpses are already looking kind of crispy. Look at that. Mailbox right there. That's not what I'm interested in. Maybe. Oh, I am lagging. No. I may have to edit this if the game crashes, which it looks like it may. Alright, we're back from the disconnect. I was looking for orc corpses. And here's one. And last one. Very good. And I think I'm ready to start. Well, I think I need to go to the grave. Where is the grave? Down there. Yeah, let me go to the burial sites and put down all the memorabilia, the helmets, the sword, the shield, and then I'll come turn all these quests in. I think it's just right here outside of town. So I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Loved and lost. Here lies Alfred, son of Garforth, and grandson of Garwig. He was the only child of Garforth and Ebba, and passed away at an age of 20. He died at the hands of Nurzum while riding with Wilsig and Cuthard to the Wold in an attempt to seek assistance from the Rohirrim there. Here lies Cuthard, son of Cuthbald and grandson of Garwig. He was the eldest son of Cuthbald and Merywyn, and when they passed away, he was 5. He was taken in by Edsig and Herswith. He passed away at the age of 16. He died at the hands of Nurzum while riding with Alfrith and Wilsig to the Wold in an attempt to seek assistance from the Rohirrim there. Here lies Humbald, son of Garsig and grandson of Garwig. He was the second of the 3 sons of Garsig and Berghild, and passed away at the age of 16. He died with his father and older brother at the Battle of Shilfig. Here lies Grimgar, son of Garsig and grandson of Garwig. He was the eldest son of Garsig and Berghild and passed away at the age of 18. He died with his father and younger brother at the Battle of Shilfig. Here lies Garsig, youngest son of Garwig. He passed away at the age of 37 and was survived by his wife Berghild and their son Garwald. Garsig always struggled under the shadow of his brothers. Cuthbald tried to mentor Garsig, but at times they struggled to get along. After Cuthbald's death, he was deeply saddened and never fully recovered. He went to Shilfig in an attempt to redeem his name, despite Garwig's request that he stay in Forlaw. He died in the battle with Nurzum. So let's go ahead and place his thing here. His sword. You paid your respects to Garsig for his family. Berghild will appreciate your help. Here lies Rem Redbeard, foster son of Garwig, and hero of the people of Wildermore. His father was Aefall, Garwig's brother, who died while Thrym was young and prompted Garwig to adopt him as his son. Thrym passed away at the age of 34 and never married or sired children. He shared strong feelings with Cinnaberg of Shilfig, and many believed that they were someday to be married, but had not the chance to officially announce their intentions. Rem Redbeard was the fiercest warrior in all of Wildermore. Garwig's many sons were all good with the sword, but were no match for Thrym. He was known for more than his prowess in battle, as he frequently traveled throughout Wildermore seeking anyone who needed help and offered his assistance. He cared not for payment or for someone's status, and was a true man of the people. He died in an attempt to defend Shilfig from the monster that we now know as Nurzum. Here lies Wilnoth, wife of Garwig. She passed at the age of 53 and was survived by her 5 sons. Wilnoth was a devoted and supportive wife to the Reeve and was a noble for her people. Garwig took pride in instructing their sons on how and when to fight, as she taught them compassion and tolerance. Here lies Garnoth, eldest son of Garwig. He passed at the age of 29 and never married or sired children. Garnoth was one of the strongest warriors amongst his brothers, and in his final act, he single-handedly saved his farm and the lives of the farmers working there. He drove off the mighty Bruick, the largest warg ever spotted in Wildermore, and it has never been seen again. Here lies Cuthbald, second youngest son of Garwig. He passed at the age of 32 and is survived by his wife Merywyn and their 3 children, their son Cuthard, son of Cuthmar, and daughter Ansith. Cuthbald always sought to mentor their youngest brother, Garsig. Cuthbald sought to bring out the best in him, but they did not see eye to eye, and Garsig did not appreciate his attention. One day, this got out of hand, and Cuthbald was killed by Garsig in a terrible accident while training together. Here lies Edsig, second eldest son of Garwig, and as was his twin Garfirth. He passed at the age of 48 and was survived by his wife Hirswith and their 3 children, their daughter Luba, son Wilsig, and daughter Sigburga. Edsig and Garfirth were always inseparable. His strength were in wisdom and cunning, instead of skill in combat like his brother. He distinguished himself as a capable leader of men. He frequently talked to Garfirth and his brothers into doing the right thing and helped resolve conflicts. He led the defense in the battle at Forlaw's Gate and died trying to protect Forlaw from Nurzum. So let's go ahead and place his brother's shield at the grave here. You paid your respect to Edsig, Garfirth, and both of their family. Hirswith will appreciate your help. Here lies Garfirth, second eldest son of Garswig, and as was his twin Edsig. He passed at the age of 48 when survived by his wife Ebba and their son Alfirth. Garfirth and Edsig were always inseparable. He was the stronger of the twins and saw it his duty to protect Edsig. As he grew older, Garswig took notice of the quality and was proud to make him the guardian of Forlaw. He died trying to protect Forlaw from Nurzum at the Battle of Forlaw's Gate. Let's go ahead and place his brother's helmet here. You paid your respects to Garfirth, Edsig, and both families. Ebba will appreciate your help. Here lies Sinigar, father of Cinneberg, and Thane of Shilfig. Sinigar was a cousin of Garwig, and was also a close friend. They frequently sought out each other for guidance on many matters. As a result, this relationship maintained a steady flow of communication and trade between Forlaw and Shilfig, more than any other towns in Wildermore. Here lies Merrywin, wife of Cuthbald, Garwig's son. She died the same year as Cuthbald when giving birth to their 3rd child, their daughter Unsith. Here lies Wilsig, son of Edsig and grandson of Garwig. He was the only son of Edsig and Hirswith, who had 2 other daughters, and he passed away at the young age of 11. He died at the hands of Nurzum while riding with Alfirth and Cuthard to the wold in an attempt to seek assistance from the Rohirrim there. So quite a tragic tale here in the graveyard. Lots of death and sadness, obviously. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. We'll end here in the graveyard. In the next episode, I will meet you back in town and we'll finish up some of the quests and pick up some new ones. So thanks for watching and see you then.